Hello, students. Have you ever taken a bite of a juicy mango, admired a rose in full bloom, or walked across a field of golden wheat? All of these belong to one extraordinary group of plants, the angiosperms, also known as flowering plants. The word angiosperm comes from the Greek angio meaning covered and sperma meaning seed. So unlike gymnosperms where seeds are naked, angiosperms protect their seeds inside fruits. That's why the mango seed you see is safely tucked inside a fleshy fruit wall. With more than 250,000 known species, angiosperms are the largest and most diverse group of plants on Earth. From tiny herbs that grow between cracks in a wall to massive rainforest trees, they occupy almost every habitat: deserts, rivers, oceans, mountains, and of course, our fields and gardens. Isn't it fascinating that flowering plants have not just survived, but come to dominate the planet? Now let's look closely at their structure. Angiosperms, like us, have an organized body plan. They possess a well-developed root, stem, and leaf system, with each part highly specialized for survival. Take their leaves, for example. In dicots like mango, leaves are broad and reticulate, whereas in monocots like grasses, leaves are narrow and show parallel venation. Each pattern is beautifully adapted to capture sunlight and perform photosynthesis efficiently. Roots too show diversity. Dicots usually have a taproot system which penetrates deep into the soil, while monocots like wheat have fibrous roots spreading wide for better anchorage and absorption. But perhaps the greatest evolutionary advantage lies in the flower itself, the reproductive innovation that attracts pollinators like bees, butterflies, and birds. Notice how brightly colored petals and sweet nectar guide pollinators, ensuring successful reproduction. Nature, indeed, is the finest engineer. How do we classify this vast group? The simplest and most important division is into monocotyledons and dicotyledons, based on the number of seed leaves or cotyledons. Monocots have one cotyledon. Their roots are fibrous, vascular bundles are scattered, leaves show parallel venation, and their flowers are usually trimerous, arranged in threes. Think of madge, rice, or lilies. Dicots, on the other hand, have two cotyledons. They typically have taproot systems, vascular bundles arranged in a ring, leaves with reticulate venation, and flowers that are tetramerous or pentamerous, arranged in fours or fives. Familiar examples include beans, roses, and mangoes. This classification is more than just numbers, it reflects evolutionary adaptations. Both monocots and dicots have conquered different niches, ensuring angiosperms thrive in nearly every ecosystem on Earth. Now let's enter the most beautiful part of an angiosperm, the flower. Flowers are not just for beauty, they are the plant's reproductive organs. A flower has four main whorls. The outermost is the calyx, or sepals, usually green and protective. Next are the corolla, or petals, often brightly colored to attract pollinators. The third whorl is the andrecium, consisting of stamens, the male reproductive organs. Each stamen has an anther, where pollen grains are produced. At the center lies the gynoecium, the female reproductive organ. It is made of carpels that include stigma, style, and ovary. The ovary houses the ovules, and after fertilization, this ovary matures into a fruit. Isn't it remarkable how every apple, guava, or pea pod begins its journey as a tiny ovary inside a flower? Reproduction in angiosperms begins with pollination, the transfer of pollen from anther to stigma. This may happen by wind, water, insects, birds, and even bats. Ever wondered why sunflowers face the sun and are packed with nectar? It's to attract pollinators for cross-pollination. Once a pollen grain lands on the stigma, it germinates and grows a pollen tube through the style, carrying male gametes down to the ovule. Here comes the most fascinating event in plant reproduction: double fertilization. In double fertilization, one male gamete fuses with the egg to form a diploid zygote, while the other fuses with the two polar nuclei to form triploid endosperm. The zygote develops into the embryo, and the endosperm serves as nourishing tissue. This unique process ensures that the food tissue develops only when the embryo is formed, an efficient evolutionary strategy found only in angiosperms. After fertilization, the ovule develops into a seed containing the embryo and stored food, while the ovary wall transforms into a fruit wall or pericarp. But nature doesn't stop here. Seeds and fruits are equipped with ingenious mechanisms for dispersal. Some, like dandelion and maple, are designed for vine travel with their lightweight, wing-like structures. Others, like coconuts, float and are carried away by water. Many fruits like mango and guava rely on animals, including humans, for dispersal, while some like pea pods burst open explosively to scatter seeds. These dispersal strategies ensure that angiosperms colonize wide areas, reduce overcrowding, and maintain ecological balance. Every seed that finds new ground is a promise of new life. So let's bring everything together. Angiosperms are flowering plants with seeds enclosed in fruits. They are classified into monocots and dicots, each with unique features. Their flowers, specialized pollination strategies, and the process of double fertilization make them highly successful in reproduction. But beyond the textbook, angiosperms are central to our survival. They provide us food: rice, wheat, vegetables, fruits, raw materials, timber, cotton, paper, and medicines that save lives. They also give us oxygen, shelter, and beauty in the form of gardens and forests. Isn't it inspiring that every meal you eat, every breath you take, and even the clothes you wear are directly linked to angiosperms? Truly, they are the crown jewels of the plant kingdom. I hope this session helped you see angiosperms not just as diagrams in your book, but as life-giving companions all around us. Biology truly is the science of life in all its beauty and complexity. Until next time, keep observing the wonders of nature. You'll be amazed at what you discover.